So I just got back from the gym, hopped in the pool for a little bit. It's the night before the 2 mile race. It's actually tomorrow night at 9:10, so I've got 23-ish hours to go. Like I said, just finished up at the gym. I did a quick little pool and bike session to cross train because I wanted to keep the running light today. I only did about 6 or 7. And then I figured might as well get a little bit of fitness still because while I do care about this race, I don't plan on completely losing my fitness because the 10K this Sunday is the main goal anyways. Need to run sub 34 in that in order to get free entry into the next 10K where I could win prize money. And right now I'm not entirely confident about a 34. And so I think tomorrow will be a good test to see how confident I can really be about this. So right now I'll have a recording soon right after this of me going through my recovery routine. But first I got to get my food in. So we've got a nice little veggie bowl of Chipotle here. They ran out of white rice, so I got brown rice, and that's convenient for me. So, like I said, it's the day before the meet. This is after having some nice veggie bowl from Chipotle. So normally my pre-meet recovery routine has to be a little bit of going over stuff with a stick, and then hitting some of the trigger points with the lacrosse ball. I'll link the website that I use normally for this stuff. So with this, I kind of just go over for 3 to 5 seconds over each one of the trigger points. I typically go for shin, the couple of Achilles spots, a hamstring spot, and then a bunch on the hip, including the TFL. I also get the QL sometimes, which is the one in your mid-back. So yeah, like I said, I'll link the website that I normally use to reference that stuff. And then after that, I pretty much just go through foam roll, pretty much everything, starting with the back, and then after that I'll go through that active isolated stretching and PRF that I was talking about in the bodyweight routine video with the rope. So to start, I just roll out my back a little bit, kind of just to open it up and get that elongation going. It's just a nice start to the rolling out process and kind of loosens up the upper body a bit when I'm busy holding myself up for all the lower leg stuff. So yeah, I just like to start off with this and then move on with the rest of the rolling. So now I'm just going over my calves, kind of just rolling them out. I typically just go for about 3 at different angles, so 3 up and downs at different angles. Try and get the sides of the calf and so on and so forth. Right now I'm going over my shins, try and get every single angle. Rolling out my shins has been really important. It's helped avoid shin splints, and your shins actually get remarkably tight when you're doing a lot of running, especially fast running. And when I'm a fairly heavy mid-foot to toe striker, so my shin tends to go through a lot of damage every now and then, so I try and make sure that I'm rolling them out. So right now I'm going over my quads, and I'm trying to hit just a little bit of that TFL, which is like above your quad and just below your hip bones. It's a pretty nice spot, and you'll notice that it actually helps ease up a lot of the soreness you might feel in your quads when you hit it properly. So now I've got my leg bent over the other knee just because this helps get the piriformis a little bit better. It's a muscle, it's basically your butt. And so when you go ahead and position your legs like this, it makes it a little bit easier for that muscle to stretch out, and you can attack it pretty well with the foam roller. Oh, God. There we go. So as I get to my IT band here, you'll notice that I consistently have one foot on the ground. This is because it's just a little bit safer to not roll your IT band with the entire body weight pressure on it. So I keep that leg there to kind of just help support. And basically, it just helps make sure that any elongation that I'm trying to hit with the IT band in order to roll it and stretch it out is being done without actually damaging it with extended pressure. So here, as you can see on this side, I'm doing the same thing where my crossed over leg is kind of just helping prop up my body a little bit and take some of the brunt of my body weight. So now that that's done, we'll move on to the PRF/active isolated stretching. So like I said earlier, this is basically just for each of the stretches, I'll be holding it for about 3 seconds, and I'll do 8 to 10 reps. Today I'm just going to do 8, because since the race is tomorrow night, I can still do this again tomorrow to get the recovery that I need. And it's actually a little late. I'd like to go to bed. So first I'll start with the Achilles, and I'll probably just make the rest of this a voiceover to walk through all of it. With this, what you should notice is that I'm letting my leg lift up the heel first before I let my hands apply pressure to pull it back even further. Now this is where the rope comes in. And that's basically it. And as you can see, I've worked up a pretty good sweat with that. I'll probably just fast forward this and overrate it. But so that's my pretty standard pre-meet routine. I do that every time before a meet. I normally don't go through the entire thing every day, but I at least do kind of the basics. I might do the rope stretch a little bit lightly and so on. The rope stretch sometimes I actually do before a run, just because while it is kind of like a stretching exercise, it actually activates the muscles really well. And gets them firing and gets the range of motion working really well. So we did get in the practice of doing them before runs, and while I can't say there's a huge difference, I did notice that it helped in terms of warming up and easing up into the run a little easier. So yeah, that's basically it, and I'll see you guys later. Not entirely sure what the hell my hair's doing. But it's about 6 hours out from the race. Normally 4 hours out, I do about 15 minutes as a shakeout. That's what our usual habit was. Instead now it's about 6 hours out. So right now I'm just going to do about 3 miles at about 6:40, about a kind of moderate little effort. Just 20 minutes on the feet. A 30-30 is just a 230 seconds, 30 seconds rest, and then a 230 seconds. For me at least, it tends to get the legs pretty snappy. And we did it a lot in high school, and I at least felt that helped a little bit more occasionally than just doing strides. That said, that's also because I'm racing a 2 mile and not something like a 5K or 10K, in which case strides might be better to keep the calves a little bit secure. So that's it. I'll see you guys after the run. Got a nice pair of Mamba 5s. This is what I'm wearing for the 30-30. I like to pop them on before I start my plyometrics and stuff. So yeah, this is what I'll be wearing for the race tonight. I got these this past spring, worn them for a couple 5Ks, 3Ks, the whole deal. Probably, honestly, my favorite pair of spikes. They fit remarkably well, and they work well for steeple too. So it's pretty nice. Yeah, tied these on, and then turf was a bit warm. I'm still a bit warm. Feet are kind of feeling a bit of that burning effect they were last time, but since we only got 2 2s, we should be good. Even so, getting a little bit of that steeple effect. Get some nice water on there. Yeah. Tap the other one and then get going on this 30-30. That was pretty nice. We're looking at 28.8. I knew I was a bit fast. I tried easing up a bit. 30.2 seconds of rest. 29.3. Second one was definitely more controlled. That was even-ish. Yeah, actually pretty pleased with that. Especially for how it felt. That given we were in spikes, it's definitely a lot better than it used to be. I know fresh after I took my month break in India, I did 30-30 in trainers, which was all out. And I ran something like 27 high, 28 high. So, and that was all out. This was definitely controlled. Like, I was concerned about going out too fast. Did a little bit on the first one. I think I went out in about 14-ish. Kept it even because I felt like I honestly thought I was slow for a second and was going to pick it up. Second one went beautifully. That was great. So yeah, the purpose of it, I think we used to do those in high school more for the middle distance guys, for them to get used to, running 30-second pace for a sub 2. They'd start with that and then I think obviously build up till they could do 4. Sometimes maybe a 5th. But I kind of just liked it because at the end it kind of stimulates that same feeling that you do towards the end of a slightly anaerobic race, like a 2 mile or a mile, and gets you kind of in that gear to kick. Didn't go lactic really that much. Like, I wasn't focusing on form too much. It was fairly smooth, so pretty pleased with that. This is gonna be like the pre-race kind of video clips with all this put together. So I guess in the comments below, I'll take some predictions on what you guys think I'm gonna run tonight for the 2 mile. But yeah, so I'll take any predictions. I'll say reasonably like under 10:30 for sure, unless I really fall off the wagon and it's a bad day. And like I said, sub 10 would be a dream, so somewhere in that range. Somewhere on this side, I'll go ahead and put in what the race equivalent time should be to indicate 2:39.59 marathon fitness, as well as what it is for a sub 34 10K, because I'm doing a 10K on Sunday, and if I run sub 34 in that, I get free entry into the Masters division of another 10K. So that's the goal for this weekend. So I'll put those 2 race equivalent times, so you guys will know that I'm aiming for the sub 34 10K, so ideally I want to be in that fitness level, and that's what I've been working towards. And in the end, I'm aiming for that 2:39 number. So yeah, I'll put those numbers up. Like I said, take predictions. Hopefully I do well, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the post-race updates and stuff. Peace.